All right, guys, welcome back to another Victoria Events with Caleb Shaw. It is Monday, March 4th. We are flying along. As you can tell, we have a huge packed studio today, so we're just going to jump right into it. My friend, if you wouldn't mind, please introduce yourself and let them know who you are here with today.
Absolutely. My name is Mark Chavez, Athletic Director for the Victoria Gators.
Yeah.
My name is Malia Price, and I am a co-captain for the Victoria Gators cheerleading squad.
Woo!
My name is Landon Smith, and I'm a student for the Victoria Gators.
Outstanding. Well, guys, we are pumped to have you in here. I'm sorry, I know there's like 57 of us in here, so we can't get to everybody, but I'm glad everybody's here. But for those that don't know, let's say I just moved to Victoria today.
Yep.
What are the Victoria Gators, and why should I be interested in this?
Great question. That's what our heart is. We want to get the word out that Victoria Gators exist. We've been around for a couple years now, and we cater to private schools that don't have sports teams and homeschools. So we have a lot of homeschoolers. Some of these kiddos just woke up, right? Because it's a Monday and they don't have to be anywhere, right? They got to just do their own
Yes,
thing.
sir. Yes, sir. And what I noticed is cool is, right off the bat, we got cheerleaders in here. We got the baseball stuff. What all sports do you guys cover and try to bring in? What athletics do you guys try to bring to the table?
Absolutely. We want all the traditional athletics and more. So I have a list long. I don't have it with me. You can check out our Facebook page, but we have football, baseball, middle school and high school, basketball, middle school and high school, boys and girls, softball. The list goes on and on. We have golf. We have
Didn't y'all
track
just do
and
really
field.
well? I was going to say, y'all just did great at a track meet, I believe, in Goliad or something
We
here
did,
recently?
absolutely, and we have one coming up in Cuero. It's a middle school meet. I have a middle school and a high school meet. So this guy right here on the end, he's one of our middle schoolers. He got, I think, a gold and a silver. So we're pumped. I mean, we've got some runners, and we've got, like I said, the list goes on and on. Absolutely.
Outstanding. Well, let's start. We'll do that. We'll start with you. What's it like, as obviously going to private or being homeschooled and stuff, you don't go to traditional high schools where you do traditional athletics. So this is a big deal, I would assume, to have this outlet for you to play in. What's it mean to you to get to play in this and be a part of it?
Well, it means like almost I have a big family of students and coaches and players, so it means a lot to me.
I bet it does. I know track and athletics was very important to me growing up because you learn a lot of lessons out there in athletics, discipline and a lot of how discipline equals freedom and the work you have to show up and put in every day to be successful. What about you, young lady? I think it's pretty cool that, not everybody's a slugger on a baseball, and you might be, and I'm over talking here, but just in case, you are only a cheerleader, not a baseball player too. You appreciate the fact that you get to do this and cheer on your team and be a part of all this?
Absolutely. They just mean so much to me, and they have just changed my life for the better. I have never been in this good of a place in my life, and they are just amazing people, and they've lifted me up, and I know that they've always had my back, and just a wonderful group of people.
That's
Very
outstanding.
sweet.
I am so glad to hear that. And part of the way that you guys are able to do this is through fundraisers and stuff like that. And I know you guys have one coming up here on the 16th of March. Tell me a little bit about this and what it is and how we can go out and watch it and check it out.
Okay, this is incredible. It's first year that we're doing it. We're planning on possibly continuing it for years to come. It's 100 innings of baseball. So,
sounds like a lot. Sounds like a lot. Okay.
100 innings. That's right. So we have a middle school baseball team and a high school baseball team.
Okay.
And so we're picking two teams. We're going to divide them up equally, and then they'll be playing for 100 innings.
I don't even know how to approach that. So when a little confession, I'm not much of a baseball guy.
Sure,
I know
sure.
nobody throw anything at me here, but I did track and stuff like that. So 100 innings, that sounds like a lot, because isn't a normal game 9 innings? Are these things going to be abbreviated, or is this one of those you're starting 7 a.m. and hopefully maybe by 7 p.m. the next day or two you're able to go home? How's that work out?
That's exactly right. So generally the boys are used to maybe 7 innings, right? Just to kind of depend on how the game goes. This is 100 of those. So there are some changes, some adjustments, right? We have a pitching machine, so that's going to take that part of away, so we'll be able to set that up, and we'll have 2 teams on the field. There'll be some modifications where instead of going out every 3 innings and switching, we'll do 6 or 3 strikes or 3 outs. We'll do 6 outs, right? So you stay out a little bit longer. That way, it just kind of keeps the game going. But you're right, it's an all-day event. I think we're going to start at 10 and we'll end, probably close to 10. So we have the field all day at Riverside Stadium, which we're excited about.
Mm-hmm.
We get to play in the big leagues, and there's going to be so much going on. We have a couple things.
It is going to be a full-day family event. There's going to be cookie decorating, a cupcake walk, parents. There's also going to be, at the game, there are going to be asking parents to come out, fans to come out so that the boys can take a rest. There's going to be so much to do. So bring your families, Bring your family members, bring your friends, because it is going to be one heck of a day. You are going to have so much fun.
And that's a good point, because that's what I was going to ask. In addition to getting the ticket to get in and watch, I'm assuming, will they be able to do other things? You know, I was going to ask about that, raffles or other different ways to fundraise while you're there.
Absolutely. We're going to have merchandise. So if you get merch, we have some great caps. Not just these, we have some others available too. We've got T-shirts. Like I say, there's other events, things for sale. Obviously, you can buy a ticket at the door, and it's an all-day deal. So if you need to come back.
Awesome.
Coach is unable to be here today, but he actually wants to have other participants too, kind of what she was saying, come and participate on the field during the 100 innings. So,
well, you know, that would be very humbling for people like myself that, you know, the older we get, the better we work, you know, but I've found that I'm going to try to take the field with you guys now that I should have just left it in the past. Like, it was much better there, but I'm glad you guys are doing this. This is awesome. What is the best, let's say I can't make it though to that deal, and I want to go to the 100 inning fundraiser March 16th, but for some reason I'm out of town, I can't make it.
Yep.
Am I still able to support you guys in other ways, whether that be monetary or volunteering? Is there other ways that I can reach out and still help you guys?
Absolutely. So volunteers are great. If you want to volunteer just that day, or if you want to volunteer other times, you know, we generally do a background check if you're going to be around the kiddos. And so absolutely, we'd love to have volunteers, whether it's coaching or just being an assistant on the side. And then obviously monetary, you know, bring it, please. You know,
yes, sir.
Right now, each of the boys that are going to participate, they have to raise $1 worth of donation. So generally you would go and you'd say, hey, you know, I'm participating in 100 innings. Could you give me 10 cents an inning, right? Which is $10.
Right, yes, sir.
And people have been more than generous with helping out. So $1 worth of inning, $1 worth of sponsorships get you to participate for the boys, and then anything over than that helps cover all the costs for everything that's associated with baseball.
Perfect. What is the best way for me to follow you guys, what you're doing, keep up with all your different events, track meets, baseball games? What is the best way for me to follow you guys and what you're doing and keep up with it?
Yeah, absolutely. So one of the best ways for us is through Facebook and Instagram. So
Gotcha.
Victoria Gators on Facebook. You can send us an email, victoriagators@gmail.com. And then, like I say, on Instagram, what is it, Victoria Gator Sports.
Got it. And I'll tag it on there in the post and stuff. And what am I forgetting to tell the people, man? This is awesome. I'm excited for it. Is there anything that I'm forgetting to tell everybody?
Absolutely. So last week on Friday, we just had our Sadie Hawkins, kind of our second one, so second annual. So we'll continue to have those. Thank you, KBs, for sponsoring that. We'll have our prom coming up. We have graduation coming up. I mean, the list, like I said, goes on and on. We have an incredible group of volunteers, incredible group of men and women, moms and dads, volunteers, and of course the students who are just phenomenal. We couldn't, you know, we do it for the students and the athletes, and it's just we're blessed to be part of the organization. You know, we like you say, we feel like family. I mean, we love the people around us, and so we can't say anything better.
That's awesome. Well, my son is homeschooled, so maybe in the future he can take the field with you guys someday. And,
awesome.
And I'm probably, just since they had you talk, I'm going to need you to go out there at this 100 innings, and I need you to crack one right over the back fence and be like, that's for Caleb Shaw. This is important. And, you know, I need you to do that and send me a video, and then we might just throw it on the show. But it'll make me feel cool. So if you could just do that for me, hit a grand slam, and then dedicate it to me, I'd appreciate that. And so, guys, thank you. I'm proud of each and every one of you. Stick with it. Learn the lessons from this. Take the positives that you can. Let them apply to everything that you do in life, because it's athletics and it's fun, but the lessons and the discipline and all that you learn from this, I promise it will apply to you once you graduate, and you'll miss these days. Enjoy them. Put in the extra work. It will be worth it in the end. That's all I can say, because one day you're going to wake up and be 45 and be like, those were my best days. I saw a few of the eyes, but it comes quick. It comes real quick, and you're going to wake up and realize how fast it passed. So savor it. Enjoy the moments. Enjoy the camaraderie. Yes, sir.
One more thing, Caleb. So thanks for having us, of course. We really appreciate it. One thing I do want to say, and I'll look into the camera for this one, is if you go to public school and you've kind of wanted to change, maybe you've struggled there, or maybe there's something that you're just not happy about as a parent or as a student, we'd love to have you. We have lots of parents who have been homeschooling. We have organizations that you can be a part of that will still have a traditional kind of a classroom feel. So we'd love, please reach out, send us an email, talk to us on Facebook, and we can help you, kind of give you resources to leave public school to come to that homeschool environment. So just want you to know it's not, it doesn't cost a lot of money. It's not this huge shift. Like I say, there's a lot of parents and resources that we can offer if you're in public school and you really like looking for a change.
Outstanding. Thank you so much. Ladies, gentlemen, thank you all. Best of luck to you. I hope you do spectacular. Let's take a quick break for our sponsors, and we'll be right back.
Since 1932, Wallach & Volk has been closing mortgages and doing it the right way. The reason why the Volks opened up a bank at the height of the Great Depression was because the bank needed to be opened at the height of the Great Depression. And it was good for the community at that time. A lot of the banks were going under. In order to keep that community sound and stable, it was something that they did. I think that that says something about who Wallach & Volk was 85 years ago. And the only way you get to continue to do it is if you consistently do it great. And we plan on doing this for another 85 years.
All right, guys, we are back with our next guest. I'm excited for this one because I'm actually going to get to participate in this event coming up, but I'm not going to skip to the good part just yet. We'll start at the very beginning. Young lady, if you wouldn't mind, please introduce yourself and let them know who you are here with today.
Sure. I am Stephanie Knowles, and I'm here with Futures Academy. I am the director and wear a lot of other hats there, but this is our 5th year. We are a homeschool hybrid program where kids attend a couple of days a week. They work at home a couple of days a week. We catch the kids that are kind of fallen through the cracks, that didn't do so well in another placement. They come to us and we cater to those needs and those learning styles, and we meet them where they are to get them caught up or get them graduated or just find a placement where they're comfortable. We also have homeschoolers that come in. I myself became a homeschooler and then found myself unable to teach Algebra 2 or things like that. And so we also offer drop-in classes to the traditional homeschool community in the places that they need it.
Awesome. You know, I'm glad those options are out there because the older I get and the more I start to examine things, I realize that just sitting in a public school through the public school system, it's just not the right fit for everyone.
It's not.
You know, and I know traditionally it's always pounded, you go to public school, you go to college, and you do these things. Well, now there's so many different options, and you're not strictly limited to just public school, and you're not limited to just college afterwards. We have these trade schools. We have all these different things where you can go learn to be a plumber, an electrician, all these different things.
Yes.
And I like options. I think options are good for people. And so, you know, if I just moved here to Victoria and I'm bringing my family with me and I've got my young son and I want to homeschool, why was it important or why should I look at Futures Academy and to get help with that transition and figuring all this out?
So we start in the 5th grade, and we find that a lot of kids after that STAR test from public school in the 4th grade, they realize maybe they're not doing as well as they thought. So we're starting at 5th grade, and we bring them in if we need to. We do some testing, and we find out where their strengths and weaknesses are, and we build up those strengths, and we work on those weaknesses and get them confident again. And so in that transition, when you're looking for a homeschool community, we have connection to many of them. The Gators that you had here today, we've sponsored them in the past. We've had a couple of their students. And so we're involved with that community as well. And we do a lot of blending with events and different types of learning that we do. We're even going to have workshops this summer that have to do with rocketry and robotics and possibly a math camp. So we do a lot that blends with those communities. And a lot of times, if you need something a little more or your schedule doesn't allow it, sometimes we learn the hard way that our kids are the most difficult students we ever have.
Yes, ma'am.
When you get to that point, that's where I come in. And so we step in and go, we can figure this out. We can help make your child the success that they want to be.
Well, and I think that's super cool. And you know, again, having those options of different things that you're able to do is great because, again, traditional settings, they're very confined and they're very limited. And you hit on something else that I think is great is, you know, one of my fears is trying to, between my wife and I, homeschool our son. It's been a while since I've been in school.
Yes.
And, you know, and I did okay. I wasn't the best, but I wasn't the worst, but I did all right. But it's been 20, 30. I don't want to age myself, but it's been a minute. Yes, it's perfect. And I don't think I could teach my son calculus. I don't think I could sit down and go through algebra with him because that's one of those things. If I didn't have the awesome teacher that I did at the time, Mr. Amos, thank you, I probably wouldn't have done as well as I did. She was a good teacher, you know, but I needed all the help I could get.
Yes.
Now, fast forward, I'm 45, and here in a few years, I'm going to have to teach my son this stuff. I don't remember all this stuff.
Yeah.
And so I could reach out to you guys and say, help me.
Absolutely.
I need it. Like,
and just so you know, I can't help either, but I have an amazing lady who can.
Yes,
and
ma'am.
so we work with them one-on-one. We back up. If you've passed Algebra 1 and you need to back up and get a foundation, we'll do it. We have kids that, you know, we do dual credit too. So if you're ahead and you're done with Algebra 2 as a sophomore, man, let's get you in college or let's get started on that trade school
I did
or
that.
plan you for
half
work.
a day high school, half a day college, my junior and senior year. And it really set me up for success afterwards because I was ahead of the curve and I had a lot of stuff knocked out by the time I actually graduated.
Right.
Had a year or two in the bank already of classes and stuff that, you know, once I combined that with the military, really just kind of slingshotted me into my next thing. And so I like that you guys have those options. And I also like that you're pointing out that, again, you don't have to be in the tradition. You know, the traditional method is great for some people and they prosper and they thrive.
True.
And I'm not here to throw rocks at it.
I agree.
But like we said earlier, you know, I look back now and I realize that I had good teachers, you know, and I had good teachers that helped me a lot, but I was probably, you know, it was hard to get me to sit at a desk for 8 hours and to focus. And I was all over the place. I'm still all over the place.
Perfect Futures Academy
and,
student.
and I look but I'm glad these things, as my son is coming up, I don't feel forced to, you know, hey, I'm sorry, you're a square peg, son, but I'm sending you to this round hole. You know, like I don't feel that need to do those things because there's so many options. And one of the things I've noticed about, you know, Futures Academy and this homeschooling network and all this is you guys are genuinely there to support and help each other because you realize while it's homeschooled and it's individual, we're really kind of all in this together. Yeah. And, you know, you're right with the Gators earlier. You guys instantly were like, because you support each other and you lift each other up. And one of the things I was blown away with was the support network, because I know as a parent, half the time I'm terrified that I'm still allowed to have a kid. You know, like I can't believe that they let me take him places, you know, like I'm still a big kid myself trying to figure this out. And so these resources, all that kind of stuff, like it's really nice to take advantage of these. And on that note, I talk too much. I got to loop around. You guys have a cool thing coming up this Thursday, March 7th. I get to be a part of it. Talk to me. What do we got going this week?
So the state of Texas likes for homeschool students to celebrate Texas Week, which is the week surrounding Texas Independence Day, which was this weekend.
Yes, ma'am.
And so we decided to do that in a big way with an event that is just fun. They can learn coordination and social skills. There's friendly competition because that always draws people in, especially students. And so we're having a chili cook-off this Thursday, and we've brought in some celebrity guests and who are going to come in
I'm still trying to say that without laughing.
I
but
know.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
I did say local celebrity.
You know,
when I
fair enough. Fair enough. I still feel like somebody's going to pick on me about that. But no, it's all right. I thank you for thinking of me.
So we have some guests who are going to come be impartial judges, and we've got prizes and things for our kids. We've got about a dozen kids so far that have volunteered to actually cook chili.
Wow.
And so we're going to have their booth set up, and we get to vote with beans, and it's going to be a lot of fun for them.
We're going to be eating a lot of chili, huh?
We're going to be eating a lot of chili with lots of fixins.
And I know you're going to have Megan and Serena out there, Megan Booth and Serena Paris.
Yes.
I think they should get all the hot chili.
I'll make a note.
Yeah, they wanted the spicy stuff. And so make sure that goes to them, and then I'll take the more mild, just normal chili.
We'll make sure we get you separated out.
I can't be looking softer than the girls out there. So give them the hot stuff, and I'll take the other stuff. But all joking aside, why should we come out and support this event and be a part of it? In addition to, you know, the obvious of helping and supporting the kids.
Right.
Why should we go and check this thing out?
Just come out and see what we're about. And if it's something that you've been considering, if you've felt like maybe your child isn't doing as well as you know they could be doing in their current placement, whether it's homeschool, private school, public school, or something else altogether, if you feel like maybe there's just something else I need to be doing more for my kid, then come out and check us out. You get to see us in our, natural habitat where they're relaxed, and you can see the camaraderie, the friendship of, that the kids have and how they work together and how we have relationships as adults with them. And it's just a lot of fun. Come out and taste some chili and see what's going on. Take a look at our place, and, maybe we've got something that interests you.
And know that it's okay to break the mold, and you don't have to take the absolute traditional method of doing everything the traditional route.
Absolutely right.
Sometimes it's in the best interest to create your own route and find a way to let them be them.
That's
you
right.
know, and so thank you for your patience, and thank you for allowing me to be a part of this. It's Texas Week Chili Cook-Off this Thursday, March 7th from 11 to 1-ish at the Futures Academy at 28208 Leary Lane. Awards should be around noon. I'm excited for this. For people that want to follow you, keep up with what you're doing, maybe have questions, etc. What's the best way to follow and or reach out to you guys? You can find us on any socials at Futures Academy Vic, VIC, and you can also give us a call or text me at 433-5040. Check out our website, futuresacademyvic.com, and we'll be happy to tell you anything you need to know. Well, young lady, thank you again for being here. You do a phenomenal job. Thank you so much. I'm excited for this. Like I said, make sure the girls get the hot chili so I look super tough. You don't see me sweating over there. But guys, come check this out. Futures Academy. Again, come see me. I'm doing one of the judges for the chili cook-off this Thursday, March 7th at Futures Academy, 2208 Leary Lane. Thank you, young lady, for being here. Let's take a quick break for our sponsor, and we'll be right back. All right, guys, we are back with our next guest. You probably know him. You probably already love him. And I know you've seen him all over town doing a million things to serve and give back to this community. But just in case you haven't, I'm going to let them introduce themselves and tell us who they are here with today. Young lady, if you wouldn't mind.
Hi, I'm Shannon Longoria, and I'm here representing the Kiwanis Club of Victoria. I'm the past president and currently helping with the Riverside Ride.
Outstanding. Young lady.
And I'm Barbara Brazil, and I'm just a newbie. I just started with Kiwanis about 3 months ago, and I'm a volunteer.
Outstanding. Well, thank you to both of you. I know both of you do a ton in this community to serve, to give back, to just be active in the community. And so I want to start with a thank you sincerely to both of you for that. Okay. And on this note, let's just zoom right out here. This organization, if I just moved here today, let's say I don't even know how to say it. Kiwanis. What is this organization and why is it so special and what all does it do in this community that's so great?
Well, Barbara and I both can speak to this, but Kiwanis is about serving children. In whatever way we can, we want to serve them, make sure that they are nurtured and they grow up to be successful servant leaders as they get older, so that way they can be productive members of society. And we know that starts way down at the very beginnings of life. And we prioritize that as a club because we believe in kids and they're our next generation. They're important to us. And so everything we do really embodies that, that mission. And so we have started a couple of clubs in the last year and a half or so. We started a club, a K-Kids club at Roland Elementary. They went from having 19 kids to over 50, almost 60.
I think we had them
kids.
On last season.
Yes,
I think they
them.
did.
Thank you for that.
Yes.
Yeah.
I recall it was Stephanie
is
Means.
doing a great job.
She's phenomenal.
She's doing a great job, and she keeps those kids active. And what we're doing is trying to connect them to the community. So they even did like a Keep Victoria Beautiful cleanup. I was on that board last year, and I just wanted to make sure that we're connecting the kids to the community. And if we can connect them to different organizations around, make that impact when they're young, then hopefully when they get older and they have the opportunity, the volunteerism, the money, whatever it is, they can find their way back to giving back to the community, and it all comes full circle. So we have that K-Kids, and then we started our first bilingual Crane Elementary is our new K-Kids this year. So we're really excited about those clubs. We have a Builders Club at the STEM Academy, and we're looking for opportunities for key clubs in our high schools. And we'll sponsor any club of any elementary, junior high, or high school that wants us to, because we want to encourage servant leaders in the community. So it's not just about funding, but really right now we're kind of on an awareness campaign of just trying to get people on the same boat of that kids are important and we need to invest into them so they can become successful in the future.
And I really like that, but B, I like the way that you're having the kids become a part of the community young, because I would argue if they're anything like myself, I didn't start adulting until I was much later in life. And the thought of going out and serving my city or my community or being a part of things happening in the town, I had things to go and places to be and all these things. And I couldn't be bothered with those things because they weren't important to me and I didn't realize the value of them. And now as I get older and I realize that, anybody can just stay on the outskirts and just throw rocks at things. But if you want to be involved and you actually want to be involved in the shaping of what goes on, this is the way you do it. You serve your community, you give back, and that way you're not just a critic, you're involved and you're a man down in the stadium, and being
you're
a part
of the solution.
This. Absolutely, and I think that that's a good thing to teach that. The older I get, the more I realize the value of community and us. We don't want the government to take care of us. That's not their purpose, is to do it. It's our job to take care of each other, and I like things like this that instill this right away in the volunteering and giving these kids in a classroom the opportunity to serve their communities and see that value that even at a young age they bring to the community. And I think it's phenomenal. And I know that you guys, part of the way you do this is through these great events that you guys do in the city. And one that I'm particularly fond of and a big fan of is this Riverside Ride. This thing is fun, and I don't want to steal all of this stuff, but we have participated in this multiple times. We did last year. It's just so much fun. The community, you talk. I'm going to get all excited.
No,
You're not even
okay.
giving me a chance to
That's
talk
okay.
about it, but tell me about Riverside Ride, and then I got a question about where all this goes and stuff. But what is Riverside Ride? Why is it so awesome? I know why it is, and I'll get to that. But from your point of view, why is this so awesome, and why should people come out to Riverside Ride 2024?
Well, we have Riverside Ride is our annual awareness and fundraiser campaign that we use to just take the time to really focus on kids, supporting kids in the community, and then really giving the platform in Kids Fest, giving that platform back to the organizations who are truly, boots on the ground for these kids, really nurturing them throughout the year. We give them the opportunity to bring awareness to the crowd that's there. So we have two parts of it. We have first is our competitive ride where we bring in people all throughout Texas and maybe I guess throughout the United States. We would welcome them. I think
people
if
are
they
coming
wanted to come, to ride through Victoria and Goliad counties, and it's really a nice route, well set up with all the signs, directions, everything's laid out. We have folks that are there for safety purposes. We have the ham radio guys that get on there and they're making sure that everybody has access to safe travels the whole way throughout the route. And then we have the second half of it to incorporate families. And so that is our family 10K that goes directly through Riverside Park. And then we have fun stops along the way, just because we know that kids sometimes, if they're on their tricycles, that's a long way to go. Or if they're in just a smaller bike or just not used to riding their bike just yet, we know they might take a few more stops. And we don't want them to feel bad about it. We want them to learn something along the way. So especially this year, we have the duck pond, we have the children's park, we've got dog park, dog pack. That's a quick way to say it.
Dog pack.
Dog pack.
I don't know the acronym for it. I'm sure there's a
dog park.
No, yeah, but who's going to be there?
Oh, Dorothy
O'Connor, yeah.
Yeah, that dog pack, how do they say it?
Yeah.
Dorothy O'Connor Pet Adoption Center. Yeah, there's.
Yeah, and they're going to be there.
And it's so great because Dorothy O'Connor is going to have a couple of animals there, dogs, and then they're going to have a little class. I'm not sure if it's going to be dog grooming or hydrating of your animal or your pet, and then some giveaways. So it's educational, but yet it's going to be total fun.
That's us. We're big fans of
And the zoo's going to be doing one.
Oh, yeah.
We also have
and the pump house.
And the pump house.
We're going to have a historical stop there.
Outstanding. Right. And and what's fun about this is the very first time I did this, I was a knucklehead and I jumped right into because we were getting ready to do some big MS ride, and I can't remember what the MS 100 or 150. 150, that one.
Yeah.
We were getting ready to do that.
We're not technically associated with them in that way right now. We're calling it a training ride now. But if you go, I think over 63 miles or something, it's technically.
It's still one of the few opportunities that anybody has in this area to even get out there and ride more than 5 miles on their bike.
Right,
and so,
that's true.
And I just made the mistake of not knowing how to do that. And what I mean by that is I didn't take any gels. I didn't take anything. I just thought I was going to go do this. And about the last 5 miles, my legs were like, no. And I kept and I was literally riding alternating just with legs out because I was cramping so bad to try to finish. So the next year,
that would be
I did the family.
You should have got one of the pickle shots.
Oh yeah,
I messed up I didn't hit the stops. I didn't because I was going for time. So there's no time for weakness to stop and. Wrong. I was just wrong. But that's why the next time I did the 10K family ride.
Yes.
Way more fun. But on a serious note, it was a lot of fun. Like we showed up, the community was out, there was music playing, everybody was just cheering each other on. And the first, mile or two, the thing was just a ton of fun because the excitement, like everybody was there for the right reasons. Right. And there was just an overall positive vibe on the whole thing. And it was just amazing. But I do have a question. I know these things are pretty successful because there's a ton of people out there and we were all whatever. Where do these funds go? When we do these things, do they stay here? Or are we putting them in an envelope and mailing them off to somewhere? Or what happens to the funds that we raise here on these events?
See, that really impressed me about Kiwanis because with Kiwanis, they don't have a fancy office. They don't have a warehouse or anything like that. I mean, we're talking about they meet at a restaurant for their meetings and everything. All the money they get goes right into the community. And here's an impressive number for you. Last year, $191,000 worth of grants and gifts came from the Kiwanis. And the things just touch your heart. So many of the people I talk to can't believe my one special thing. The foster children in Victoria, there's about 60 something of 65. Every year they get money. Last year, I think it was $25,000. They help them buy school clothes, shoes, you know, and kids, how they grow out of it. They do it like twice a year. They even do a little facilities money so they can help them at their location. We just gave, I think it was $13,000 to Citizens Hospital, believe it or not, for newborn cribs. Wow. So what I like is it's not just the private sector. They give scholarships to St. Joe and to Victoria College. They give, Roland Elementary. Now there's a VISD school that had some broken equipment. They gave over $30,000. I think it was 36,
Well, now you can say
38,000.
we.
Huh?
Now you can say we gave.
Yeah, you're part of that now.
Okay,
Yeah,
I'm part of it. I
absolutely.
can't claim a lot of victory there, but we gave something like 36, 38,000 to fix their playground equipment. And again, a public school. So we're all over the board with helping, but that money comes in and it goes out to families and children.
And that's one of my favorite part about doing these awesome local great events / fundraisers is to see that money come back into the community and actually serve the people that are contributing and being a part of it.
It's coming right here.
Yeah, I think that's phenomenal. And you found a way to combine it with fun and getting people outside and active. And I just think it's phenomenal. I got to wrap this up because I talked too much. This Riverside Ride is March 23rd. It starts at 8:30. What is the best way? I know they need to probably get registered, all that stuff. Two things. What is the best way to get registered for this? And then what is the best way to follow the club and all that it's doing and keep up with everything?
Yeah, you can go to riversideride.com. Makes it easy because it takes you right to our main website. And if you wanted to scroll around and just look around, you can see all the things that we're doing across the community throughout the year. But for this particular thing, we want you to come out, have a great time. Even if you don't sign up for the ride, you're welcome to come out 10 to 2. That's what we're going to be doing. And you can sign up for our it's a
freebie
drawing. Yeah, the Victoria Generals were so gracious to give us season tickets. So we want to give this to one special individual who wants to have fun at our Kids Fest. So we want to invite you to come out and have a great time with us. But there's going to be a lot of things going on. Inflatables, and then also we'll be really close to all the courts, so volleyball and basketball, disc golf. We have lots of, I think Victoria College is bringing an archery exhibit or something like that. So that's going to be kind of fun. You guys are
just knocking it over the back.
So it's going to be super fun, but we definitely want people to come. But go to riversideride.com and find out how you can be a part of it one way or another. We'd love for you to come.
Parents, you know, we know the economy has been slamming people. And this is 10 to 2 to bring your children out and to have a totally free day. Now, not free food, but I mean free everything. All the little inflatables, everything that's there. It's just a total time. Wear your kids out. They'll go home and have a great nap.
Yeah, the donation and the cost is for the ride. But you can, if you don't have a bike and you're not able to do that, you got one leg or something, you know, can't, whatever, you could come. I don't know why I said one leg. That was random. But you can still come out and you can still do all the other stuff. Because after we finished the ride, we hung out for 2 or 3 hours and did all the different things out there and all that. And so,
and I'll tell you, for like people like Bill and I, we went out and we volunteered for the last couple of years to be at the stops. We had so much fun just being a volunteer and handing out pickle shots and water and all that kind of good stuff.
Tons of fun. No, you guys did a phenomenal job. Thank you so much for all that you do. Guys, we want to make sure we get out there March 23rd. Register for this thing. Come see me on the 10K family ride. I will be out there with the wifey and Mr. Truman. We will be doing this. Thank you guys so much.
Thanks for the opportunity.
Yeah, absolutely. And thank you so much to all of our sponsors. Thank you to my crew. And thank you for everybody in the community that makes this all work. We'll see you next week. Thanks so much for tuning in. If you haven't already, like and follow us on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. And if you want to be featured on one of our shows or be one of our amazing sponsors, check out our website at meetvictoria.org. Thanks so much for tuning in, and we'll see you at the next one.